As the years have gone on, the college basketball game is one that I personally paid less and less attention to. I wasn't ever a diehard fan, but from 2009 to 2015, I was actually paying decent attention to Division I seasons that would go down and the related high-level draft picks to come out of those classes. I think it was because that was around the time range that I attended university myself. I know, Unk status. I was catching pretty much most of the NCAA tournaments from start to finish throughout those years, but also big conference and tournament games for teams that possess the NBA destined guys. More often than not, the Kentuckys, Dukes, Arizonas of the world had those kinds of guys. The John Walls, the Blake Griffins, the Anthony Davises, the list goes on. After about 2015 and onward, my attention to the collegiate game very much dwindled to what it is now, which is just being tapped into several of the top level guys coming into the NBA. So, yeah, I was paying attention to what Cooper Flagg was doing at Duke many times throughout his one season there. And now I'm paying attention to the high-level guys that are making their NBA debuts next season in all likelihood. AJ DeBanza at BYU, Cameron Boozer at Duke, and in particular, the fella that this video is about, Kansas University's Darryn Peterson. We won't just be looking at Peterson from a pure basketball perspective. We're going to take a look at his strange manner in which the season at Kansas University is playing out, specifically in regards to his puzzling load management and seemingly random sitting of games, big games at that, and what this could mean for the college game and even his future in the NBA. Greetings, Earthlings. If you happen to enjoy today's video, please consider dropping a like and subscribing. Helps the channel out tremendously. Let's get into it. We can't talk about Peterson without discussing how absurdly gifted and talented this guy is. Per his NBADraft.net page, he's currently ranked at the '1 overall spot of NBA prospects for 2026 with the 100 ranking and projected to be the top pick in this year's relatively loaded draft class. He's a 6'5" combo guard with incredible physical tools and athleticism, a 6'11" wingspan, and nearly 9-foot standing reach. From all the tape I've seen, what stands out to me is his ability to get to his spot to take and make all types of shots. He's extraordinary at hitting difficult shots from the three-point line inward, an excellent ball handler for his size, and his first step is extremely quick, allowing him to yam on your head top if you're not careful, or finishing with whatever hand he may choose. When it comes to being a pure natural scorer, I'm someone who believes you either are or you aren't. You have it or you don't. Darryn Peterson screams natural scorer every time I watch him play. In his very first game as the Jayhawk, DP went for 26 points on 15 shots, hitting 6 threes versus number 11 nationally ranked Louisville in a big away game. In another big road game against UNC about a week and a half later, he went for 22 points on 14 shots and did an excellent job showing off his athleticism, shot making, and playmaking. He's a decent passer at the very least as well. As of the writing of this video, Peterson is averaging 20.5 points per game on the season and shooting 48.5% from the field and 42% from three-point range. He's also stepped up against some big opponents. In a highly touted and hyped up matchup against fellow potential top 2 to 3 pick AJ DeBanza at BYU, DP looked like the greater prospect, dropping 18 points in the first half on only 7 shots, isolating AJ on a possession that went viral and taking it personal, sending a message. But in the exact same game, Peterson mysteriously did not suit up for the second half, despite not picking up any type of apparent injury in action. Cramps were the reasons cited, but he looked absolutely phenomenal in that first half without a hitch, in fact. Adding fuel to this fire, in a major matchup against nationally ranked Arizona on February 9th, it was announced Peterson wouldn't suit up due to flu-like symptoms. Now, where have I heard that before? But he was out warming up with the team, as can be seen here, and looked like he could play, in my humble opinion. While it's worth noting that although he's played in 9 of the last 10 games, Peterson has already missed 10 games due to cramps and injuries and has played in less than 25 minutes in 5 games as well. A little bit concerning for a guy who can go #1 overall. Very mysterious. It turns out as well that this was something that had happened previously for DP on the high school level. In a clip that recently resurfaced, you can see here that his coach held him out the second half of a game that it looks like his team may have dropped, and both DP and his coach's assistant speak on it.
DP, you didn't play a whole lot tonight, nursing some injuries and things like that. Just kind of talk about tonight's ball game.
It went well. Started off strong. Obviously, we lost focus. We got a big lead and kind of let off the gas. But I'm just glad we got the win.
Well, while you've got the microphone, let's talk a little bit about McDonald's All-American and being named the Naismith Basketball Player of the Year for this year. Congratulations. Talk to us about what that means.
It means a lot. Just some of my hard work paying off. I worked super hard, and just a small piece of it paying off.
And CJ, to clarify, that was coach's decision for Darryn there in the second half.
Sure.
100% healthy. He'll be ready to go on Sunday.
Okay. And then
Aaron Torres, on his own podcast, cited the phenomenon as blatant load managing. Clip as follows.
And I don't know how you can argue that it is anything other than the number one pick in the NBA draft load managing during his college basketball career. Okay. And people say that's too aggressive. That's too this, that's too that. No, we need to call it out, because if we do not call it out, it will never be addressed. Okay. He's not meeting with the media, but at some point he's going to have to answer to NBA teams. He's going to have to go to the NBA combine. And we need to, as a community, say, this, if you're really hurt, the explanations aren't good enough, right?
And the general public has started to catch on en masse. Peterson is drawing comparisons to Kawhi Leonard for his actions, and is also drawing the ire of college basketball fans, both loyal to Kansas and not. The jig is up, and we were not born yesterday. We can kind of see when the books are being cooked in front of us. And it brings us to the main question at hand. Is Darryn Peterson indeed load managing? Well, I'll say that in my non-expert opinion and the eye test that he absolutely is. But when analyzing the situation, there are a lot of different things to consider. The college basketball stage has the intense loyalty of local fans, students, alumni, and family members of many schools nationwide, and the popularity of the game in general is very high, even relative to the NBA. It's seen by many as being real basketball due to the physicality, the pace, and the star players not being as prominent, leading to a more prominent team game. Some years ago, the possibility that load management existing in the blue chip amateur competition of the NCAA Division I basketball would have been something to scoff at. You had to earn your draft pick range by having a phenomenal season, showcasing excellent potential when on the court, or in the case of some guys, a remarkable NCAA tournament run in March. Mitch McGary of Michigan back in the day, for example. But in the world of today's college sports in 2026, with agents, NIL money, and the transfer portal being absolutely broken, it's way more viable than ever for students to view themselves as money-making brands, despite not technically making it to the next level yet. There's no doubt that DP views himself in this light already, and his agent is in his ear helping him navigate the college season from a business perspective, because now both parties are getting paid big bucks. I remember back in the day, the debate of paying the students versus not paying them raged for years, and for good reason. There were staff, coaches, and executives associating with Division I sports making tens of millions of dollars in salary and bonuses, but players weren't getting any type of financial kickback beyond their scholarships. And this is despite putting their bodies and health on the line for these programs. I always felt it was off even then. The issue now is that NIL, in my opinion, has kind of been a huge overcorrection of sorts. Players are, in fact, getting paid now, but imbalances exist. NIL money for many of the highest level prospects is ridiculous, depending on sports played and other factors. But agents and money flowing in has played a role in how these players are managed, because they aren't quite amateurs anymore, let's face it. They're brands that are getting paid. And with that comes protecting your brand. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how we've gone to this Darryn Peterson situation in hand. So, what do you think of Darryn at Kansas? Is he going to be the top pick? How would you change the system? Thanks for watching. Please spare a like and subscribe. See you guys for the next one.